keep on telling you well.
Hey, look at
You don't come home from nights out.
I say I've been hustling in and out the door for every dollar, no discussing it.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back. It is Monday night. Monday night means one thing. You are here for the Kayak Awards show. My name is Chad Brock. Nobody knows what I'm doing here, but this guy over to my other side, he's the man that lives down by the Tennessee River. The women go by and go, "Who's that man?" as he pedals that Jackson kayak. The kids go by and go, "There goes that man." The one, the only, Pat McCassidy, Jason Cassidy. Sorry, I'm on my phone. It's hard to read. Then the guy down below.
Yeah, it's Fat McCassidy.
The guy down below.
Yeah.
The other guy in the room tonight. The man that does a lot of kayaking. Rudy Yarworth. Sorry, I didn't know where I was going.
What's up, everybody?
Meow.
Didn't have a proper intro for Rudy Yarwood, but hey,
I didn't. I was highly unprepared tonight.
It doesn't look like it at all, Chad. I was going to tell
welcome to
the situation we got going on here.
Yeah, welcome to the 305 studios. It's different than the 303 studios that you might have seen on USA Bassin the other night. I'm currently locked out of my cabin due to the keys failing, and I'm sitting in a basement bedroom, which is also weird, doing a podcast with you fellas from my phone at 19% power that I just noticed.
Boom.
Yeah.
At least it's not
lose
your parents' basement. It's not your parents' basement, Chad, so it's okay.
If I die during this podcast, just remember to hit end podcast when you guys are done. Because it probably happened.
In the basement.
We may have to go out to the Chad Suites at the Tribe. But anyway, 3 tournaments, guys. 3 big tournaments this past weekend. We kicked off in New York. New York is always fire. Seen some good numbers of fish coming in from New York, man.
Yeah, New York this time of year, man, it's definitely Barry White season up there. They're up there doing their thing. Smallmouth, largemouth, they're all bumping and grinding up shallow or shallow-ish, as we've learned, especially on Champlain. You get into some of that deeper, clearer water. Those fish will spawn, 15 feet deep or so. But yeah, definitely a great time of the year to be up north. The weather's breaking. Like Rudy's been saying all year, it's kind of been a cold winter up in the Northeast. So I'm sure those guys in the Empire State were excited to get out on some good fish. And it's Champlain, baby. They're going to show out in a major way. And then we also had our second event down on Claytor Lake in the
New
Virginia's
River.
for
the
Lovers?
New River Valley.
Is that their
Claytor's on New
slogan
River.
down there? New River. Yeah, I think we need to open up that New River in 2027. But yeah, had a tight race at the top there. Just smaller tournament, smaller show out, but definitely a competitive one. And then Rudy, boy, y'all had a good show down there. Or up there.
Yep, we had 21 anglers show up. We partnered up with other trail, PA Bass Nation, and it rocked. They're lucky that we had a wedding with a bunch of kayak anglers. So we had a bunch of hammers like myself tied up at a wedding. So they got lucky.
Rudy Yarwood putting everybody on notice that y'all got lucky.
Living large.
Boy,
I think we found some power, gentlemen. We might make it.
Nice. I might have to go shut my my podcast suite here at the PB Lodge. Somebody just went out and started their truck, and in Dayton, Tennessee, the population of folks without a full functioning exhaust is approximately 63.5%. So
we're going to call this the episode of chaos.
I do apologize, but the Starlink does get a better response with the door open, and there are 3 people watching the show live currently. So,
it's because we didn't advertise it very well this week, gentlemen.
USA Bassin Monday
Oh, no,
Madness
this
right
is
here.
no. They're watching. This is outside of my garage. We've got a couple people. I think next week we're gonna set it up to where we can. I've got a TV here that I'm not using. I think we're gonna show
Live
it to the
broadcast.
show it to the people outside. We'll bring a few people in off the water here, and I don't know. I've got some Black Dog Brewing Company beer. I might be able to interest some people in and see if we can get this crowd fired up. You know, we got some derbs coming up, and we'll get them a little excited.
Well,
Give them some.
we do have someone in the house from Claytor Lake. Let's go to Claytor Lake first, and
Let's do it.
let's bring in the man with the belt buckles.
Oh man, we got a repeat. Come on,
We got a repeat.
repeat offender.
That's the stage.
Boy, there he is.
What's up, George?
Stample.
What's
Let's
happening,
see here.
guys?
Shocker to see
Locked
you
out of
here,
our
Steve.
cabins. We've got diesel trucks running in parking lots.
That's a F.
I think Rudy's the only sane one left. Rudy's the only
with
sane
no
one left.
Cadillac converter, buddy.
Man, y'all at a rodeo? Or...
I'm gonna go.
We're
Shut this
something.
door. I'm gonna mute y'all. George, welcome back
That's
to the pod. I'm gonna be right back. I got a lot of questions for Mr. Belt Buckles.
So, George, Claytor Lake, man. Back in the house. Back in the house. And it looks like you had a little wind this time, man.
I did.
So,
I did.
yeah.
Luckily,
Kinda
Marlon
start
had to
breaking
work,
that
so
down.
I could jump to the top spot.
There you go. Start breaking that down for us and let us know a little bit about how that went.
It went pretty good. It was pretty all day. There were some fish that were in their beds, and I fished a lot of docks and caught fish pretty much steady all day long. It was a fun day. There was a couple little slow times, but more or less I was just catching fish left and right. It was fun. I mean, they weren't really big fish or nothing like that, but it was a fun day to just catch fish.
So are they wrapping the spawn up down there, or are they just getting into it?
Once I was saying, we're just kind of getting into it.
Okay. Was the water temp down there still pretty cold up there in the mountains of Southwest Virginia?
Well, it was pretty cold that morning. I'm not sure about the water temp. I meant to ask a couple of bass boat guys, but they were too busy flying in and out of there to ask any of them. But it was cool that morning, the weather-wise. But the water did still feel a little cool, but there were some G's out. There were a couple people on tubes out. Some of the pleasure boaters were out. But it did up by the evening. I'm not sure about the water. It's getting there. It's getting there. I was hoping for some top water bites, stuff like that, but none of that stuff was happening.
Excellent. So, George, is it safe to say you operate without electronic devices on your kayak?
Yes, sir. I do not have any electronic devices. Nothing against them, but I'm not versed in them yet. I'm doing some studying on them, see what I'd like to get.
Fishing all
I
natural.
just don't have anything yet, but
No,
You have
It's
a
all
motor,
good.
paddle, pedal, manpower?
I do have
How
a
you getting
motor.
around? You do have a
I
motor.
do have a motor. I have a NK 180 HD. And actually, Mr. Yarworth, I don't know if you remember or not, but when we were at Nickajack, I had an armadillo steal my pin for my motor, and I got one from you.
I do remember that. I thought you looked familiar. Yeah, I keep extra parts in my
Yes,
my-
sir.
my
Yes, sir.
truck.
Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you. You really you saved the day that day.
You had a hell of a first day down there. I thought you were going to take it that second day, as I was trying to make sure you got to the podium.
Yeah. I was in the Jackson Coosa X that day, and I said I was really hoping to do good, but I think that just kind of losing that pin the day before it really kind of messed with me a little bit. Of course, I paddled for a good couple hours there until I met up with you, and then
Yeah,
I think I just tried to
called
get
me.
it back out there and just rush.
Yeah, you met my son Josh. He's like, my dad's got a ton of parts in his
just
truck.
slowed down, try to fish some dog, just here and there, just fly through everything. Went behind.
Yeah, you might be breaking up a little bit there, George. But yeah, it sounds like you had a good day. Definitely got the motor running. But it's cool to see that guys are out there catching fish without
I got
having
the
to,
robot going or something.
What's that? You got a copy, Rudy?
So everybody was freezing up on me.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, George, you're breaking up a little bit there. I'm not sure if that cell signal is messing with you, but looks like he's froze up.
Yeah, I think he. I think there's a little cold front going through West Virginia or Virginia right now. George,
Yeah,
you're
Southwest.
you're a little on the frozen side, but
There
we
he
were
is.
just
He's
saying-
back.
I might have to get the wife on the roof to turn the antenna.
Hold them up
Or
just
something like
the
that.
right, do the things. Put some aluminum foil on it. You know what I mean? That's how we did it back in the day. Or hey, shout out to Starlink. Maybe they can hook up the old podcast, give each one of our guests a complimentary Starlink. That sounds like a
Cool.
good plan.
So what was your secret go-to bait, George? You don't mind sharing? I might need some tips if I come down to Claytor Lake. I think we lost him again.
I think he said Carolina red buzzbait was the secret. I know he wanted to use it.
Buzzbait.
Yeah, he wanted to go topwater, and it didn't sound like that was going to be a viable option for him. So, if we get old
Yeah.
George Stamper, you're kind of back in there. Rudy asked what your go-to approach was, lure-wise, for those spawn and pre-spawn fish.
I use the Z-Man and Fatty Z thick stick in a green pumpkin with the SMH jig head.
I think that's
Nice.
Chad's go-to bait.
Use it the whole time. Use
Nice.
it the whole time. Pitching it pitches under dog really, really good.
Sweet. So is Claytor, you had mentioned some pleasure boats and stuff out there. Is it more of a recreational lake, a lot of houses, a lot of docks, or is it more of a natural, we mentioned it was on the New River, part of the New River chain, or is it more of a, natural looking body of water? Obviously, it's not completely natural; it's dammed up. But how's it lay out for fishing?
Suspense is killing me.
Yeah, I know.
You broke up on me there a little bit. I did hear you're asking if there are a lot of houses, a lot of docks. It's a really
Blink twice.
steep.
If
It
you're in
has like a
trouble.
lot of rock walls, and it does get traffic starting to pick up on it. A lot of pleasure boaters, a lot of jet skis, a lot of bass boats, tournaments just about every night of the week.
Does they draw that down in the winter, or does it stay the same level all year long?
They do draw it down so they can, people can fix their docks and stuff like that. And
Okay.
we had a pretty bad flood year before last year, and it put a lot of trash in there. But they out of there that were in some spots, but they do draw that down.
Yeah, was it Hurricane Helen that went through that area?
Yeah, but yeah, I believe that's what it was.
Yeah. I knew. I got
I think it was
some
last year, or
friends
year
in the.
before. I can't remember, but
Yeah,
it did
it's
some
2
damage.
years ago. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it ravaged that whole area. Anything east of the Appalachian Mountains was going to get towed up from the flow up. Lake Lure, a very popular lake in North Carolina. The before and after pictures of that, I believe it's about 18, 19 months ago. I mean, it's just unbelievable how much of a comeback and how quickly they've kind of rebuilt that whole area. So yeah, I'm sure if you got any kind of remnants from that deal, it was a hot mess for sure in that area. So kudos to the state and the homeowners there for keeping it cleaned up. Do you find are a lot of your docks stationary, like on wood piers or metal poles, or are they the black floaters?
And they have there's a whole bunch. There's floaters, there's poles, wood. I mean, it's all kinds.
Okay. And you seem obviously without electronics, I'm going to guess you're probably pretty handy at the dock game. If you were to make a recommendation, is there one type you prefer or you notice fish holding to? Not just for that particular body of water, but anywhere in the country that you might fish.
It's mostly like the wooden ones. Now there is an old metal structure there that I did catch 2 smallmouth off of, and it used to be an old dock, but I haven't had very much luck under the plastic floaty ones that you have there. But the older wooden ones that are around, those seem to hold more fish for me. I don't know if it's everybody else. I don't have like a live scope or anything to see if there's anything under there. And they also seem a little easier to get up under if they're a little higher off that water.
Very true. Yeah, I've asked that question.
Floaty ones, I mean,
and that's the push where I get people that are like, oh man, I always fish the black ones because they hold the heat. So early or late in the year, they seem to fish gravitate to them and they kind of suck up to the bottom of them. And they say because it's hard to get a bait presented to them, that the fish are less pressured, and that's why they like those as opposed to the wood docks. So it's kind of like the Crips versus the Bloods. One camp says, "Oh no, man, it's floaters," and the other one's like, "Oh no, it's got to be a woods." And it's like, "Oh man," I've always thought it was an interesting conversation. And hey, no judgment free zone here. If there's a fish under it, I'm going to fish for it. I don't really care. So I mean, I'm going to fish them all. And every lake seems to be a little bit different. Some hold them, some don't. So I just figure it out on the fly. But I was just curious as to what you thought, if you had an opinion on that. But yeah, appreciate you answering that. And I see some those chaps behind you.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Man, are those bedazzled, man? Got some glitter on that?
No bedazzled, no bedazzled.
I don't know, man. It looks a little sparkly. They're
just sparkly. They're flashy. They're flashy now.
I like
They're
it.
flashy.
I like it.
They're
I'm
flashy.
not saying you're from San Francisco, cowboy, but I'm just saying I like me.
Not the electric horseman now. Not the electric horseman.
Let's go. I was in Austin, Texas last week, and I seen some cats trying to strap onto the mechanical bull, and I immediately thought of belt buckle George Stamper, and I'm like, man, dude, I could get on there. And then I could talk to George about it. And then I saw a guy go about 40 feet that way off that thing. And the guy that was operating that thing, I mean, he did not like anybody that was from outside of Texas. He would ask everyone, where are you from? LA. Oh, you gone. You flying. If you were anywhere outside of the state of Texas, oh my God, look at Chad. He's in the Ford F-150 suites. But he definitely gave you the boots. Have you ever done one of those mechanical bulls? And then we'll get back to some fishing. Don't lose me now, George.
I couldn't hear your last part there. What was it?
I was going to see if you've rode the mechanical bulls at any of these bars. I think he's trying to keep his pool short.
I think so.
There you go. You're back.
There we are.
Did you hear my question?
put my arm up maybe to give a better reception.
Yeah, there you go. Let's channel
All
our
right.
energy.
Let's
We'll
let's
recap with George. I'm sure we'll probably see you again when's the next tournament? we'll be seeing old George Stamper again, but he got it done.
yeah.
He won by about 4.5-inch margin. We're going to assume that he has ridden mechanical bulls out there in the wilds and the bar scene.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Yeah, so I'm going to take him on tour, and we're going to go hustle some people. You know, the Black Widow, she did her thing at the pool tables. I'm going to take George Stamper part deux, and we're going to go take everybody's money at the professional metal bull riding competitions at the bar near you. So
Yeah.
if you see us,
I'm here
you
for
don't
that.
know us. Yeah, I'm all about it.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So yeah, Rudy, let's jump into the Potomac, man. Let's talk a little bit about what went down on the Potomac this past weekend.
Yeah, so we doubled up with another trail and fished the Upper Potomac. You know, we fished that Piedmont section, and I had a wedding to go to, so I got to sit back and watch the fish come in and do some judging, and it was quite interesting. Looked like there was quite a lift in the morning. I saw a lot of people putting up good numbers early, and then it kind of faded out a little bit till that last afternoon. I didn't see too many people sandbagging, but we do have some cell phone and wireless coverage issues, so we give them a little time to load fish. But most people were putting their fish up, and I'm telling you that Shane Crawford, man, he came out there, and he wasn't in first place. You know, starting off the back, I saw a couple other names up there, so I'm sure if he was looking at that board, he was hoping he got into the big one.
Did we lose Rudy now too?
I don't know. I was just trying to get to a place with Wi-Fi and jump back in. But yeah, I think Rudy froze too.
All
We're batting
right,
1,000 on this one,
man.
kids. This is
We
like this is the disaster episode. Uh,
welcome to the big show. Let's
Welcome to the
go.
big show. Nah, it happens. You know, you get Jason, you get these guys, and everybody is in different areas of the country, and we're trying to come together to, do these episodes. And sometimes there's technical difficulties. It's just what happens, man. Um,
It's just part of the game. It is part
it
of the
is.
game, and it's
It is.
the fun part. It is what it is. We like it like
So
that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the results for Rudy's division here, so I've got something
yeah,
to
let's
take
read
a
those off.
gander at. Scrolling down, he's got all the rules and regulations. 21 anglers with 105 fish caught. I'm gonna go ahead and we can attempt to do a share screen.
Yeah, try it.
This is
See what you got.
yeah,
I'm here for it.
I'm here to try it. I'm here to tell you.
I think
Man,
Rudy's back.
it's giving me some tips.
I don't know what's going on with the
Welcome
internet.
back. Well,
I walked outside.
feel
I'm out
bad.
in the yard.
it's
Did it
the
happen to-
kayak award show that needs its own award.
It's the
Hey.
it's the Monday Mayhem kayak fishing show.
It
All
has
right.
become such.
So
All
can
right.
you see the screen here?
I do not.
I
Or no?
cannot.
It,
Hold
darn
on.
it.
I can.
It says stop
Yep, I can
sharing.
add it. I got
Okay,
it.
Cool. That's freaking
I'm on a phone.
fantastic.
Everything's really small, but I'm trying.
Hey, all right, Rudy, you got your results there in front of you? If not, I've got them in front of me.
I see them. I'm going to read off my screen because I can't read that small. But let me start down here at number 7. So Rick Durr's been a common name we've had out there since we started. And he usually fishes his own little section of river. And he was able to put up 76 inches. But I don't know if you know about the Potomac. She's been hitting a little light lately. But 76 ain't going to get you to the top. And we had Adam Milstead. He showed up. He signed up late on Friday evening and came to the show. He also put up 76 inches, but his fish was a little bit bigger than Rick. That moved him up to 6th place. Then it gets us to the top 5. Another familiar name, Charlie Russler. Now Charlie's usually up there in the high 80s, 90s. I'm guessing he found plenty of fish, just those big ones were eluding him. But he called 5. Uh, and I found himself as almost at 80 inches, 79 and a half. And then when you get into 4th place, we have my teammate Bill Dubrow, and quite a jump there from 79 and a half to 87 inches for 4th place. So apparently Bill was up there with these fellas who found a couple bigger fish. So I'm guessing that the spawn must be wrapping up and the fish are on the move, and a few people might have went back to where they thought they were, and a few people might have found them. So Bill ended up in 4th and cashed a check because we had 21 folks who got to pay out 4 spots. It takes us to number 3, Pat Sprankle. He called 1, got a full stringer, and inched out with a 1/4 inch, taking 3rd place from Bill with 87 and a 1/4. So not much. We were measuring places in 1/4 inches here. 2nd place and TD for the other trail, Josh Sims. Not only did he take 2nd place with 88 inches, he also landed a 21-inch smallmouth for big bass. So I think that was most of the fish I saw being put up were in the 19-inch range with the larger ones. And then you jumped up to that 21-incher. So I know there's a lot of 20-plus inch fish out there. They're on the move. I'm guessing maybe this Sunday when we get back out there, someone's going to have that dialed in. And of course, number 1 for last Saturday with 89 and a 1/4 inches, still didn't break that 90. Sean Crawford. So I'm guessing, Chad, I think those fish on the Potomac probably wrapping up the spawn, getting back into their feeding grounds, getting ready for that early summer feed. And a lot of folks went back thinking they were going to catch them. You know, our last show we had, they were talking about seeing some fish on beds. Sounds like those fish were on the move, and they're getting it's getting interesting. But we had a cold spring. Water temps are starting to creep up. Potomac usually spawns and warms up quicker. Water levels have been fairly low for this spring, so I'm guessing that's probably what's going on. I think the last couple of seasons we've had higher water in the spring, so it's probably I think it's gonna speed up here in the next couple tournaments. It's going to get right into that summer fishing mode, and I do know that a couple of the guys that did well at the top 4 were catching them on that topwater bite, which a lot of people didn't think were going to kick off yet, and they risked it and started throwing that topwater. My son Josh did the awards, and heard a lot about topwater bite going on there. So that's interesting. Guess I better dust off the old Chapo for next Sunday.
It sounds like it, man. And you know what's funny is like Indiana, when I left home, it was kind of in the same state, very much the same story that you're telling, Rudy. So it's definitely moving up as far as the spawn goes. But down here at Kentucky Lake, and Kentucky Lake, obviously, it's a big place. And man, there's a lot of fish still garden fry. So it's interesting. But to kind of preview, Jason, you guys have got one at Parksville next weekend. What do you think that situation looks like with you got a lot of spotted bass at Parksville, right?
Yeah, the Alabama spotted bass is the predominant species in the lake, but the water doesn't fluctuate like it does here on Chickamauga or the Tennessee River chain of lakes. It is a Army Corps of Engineers. The TVA does operate, the dams there, but it doesn't fluctuate nearly as much. So it's been stable. And with the water temperatures, I mean, I haven't been out there yet, but it is a little bit cooler because of the elevation in the mountain, the Ocoee River that feeds it. But I'm thinking if they're still spawning, it's probably wrapping up. I think there's going to be, you'll probably find some still bedding, some of the later spawners, but most of them are, my guess anyway, would probably be post spawn, because we've had water temperature in the upper 60s, lower 70s here on Chickamauga now for a few weeks, and Um, I would say they've been in the 60s for, a solid month. So if there's any left, it's probably a waning few, and maybe a couple largies out there still, but we'll see. It's going to be a good tournament. I know that much.
Do you think that the Rudy? Do you think things are going to change out on the river here? You guys are back again this weekend, right? This coming weekend.
Yeah, I try to get the Potomac done because come summertime, there's a lot of recreational folks out there, and the river levels can drop really low. So I'm trying to get the tournaments in the early part of summer, just to have good water level. I think our last tournament's in July, but we will be back out there Sunday, and I feel like the fish are on the move. We had a couple warm days. Water temps are good, and we got some rain coming through the middle of the week. Now, when they were fishing, it was overcast, and I don't know if you know about smallmouth. They don't really like the shade. They like it when it's bright and sunny out. So I think where some people were fishing, that might have been an issue, and that rain was coming in with that pressure change. So if the bite didn't happen for them early, it probably died off for them. Most of the fish, like I said, were caught in the morning, but I think it's going to be banging on Sunday. I think it's
Now,
going to be hot everywhere. A lot of the swamp fish are going to be out there feeding, trying to get back up. And the cool thing about CPR fishing is they don't have to be fat; they just got to be long. So long, skinny fish do really well, and I think there'll be a lot of long, skinny fish being caught on Sunday.
yeah, that's a friend at dinner last Saturday said long and lean, long and lean. I guess that's my new nickname for them. But Rudy, you talked about some of these 20-inch plus fish that maybe eluded a lot of the anglers this past week. Given a full week of getting into those patterns, getting into those summer feeding habits, what do you think the odds are for a century belt coming down on the Potomac? You think somebody can string 5 of them things together?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you've been keeping track of the Potomac Trail, we've had we had 100 broke once. A lot of 95s, 98s, 99s. So it can happen. I mean, we had a 21 incher caught. So you don't have to catch 520s. If you catch two of those and a couple 19 and 3/4, I mean, you'll get to that 100-inch mark. They don't all have to be
Heck yeah.
20 inches. I mean,
No.
I think someone caught a 24-inch smallmouth on the Monocacy River not too recently. I was reading about. So that's a healthy smallmouth, and the Monocacy is pretty small creek. So
That's a
but we have that
healthy
open.
anything. That 24 inches, boy. I mean, whether you're green or brown, I mean, especially brown, that's
You should hear about the walleye people are catching while they're smallmouth fishing. 26-inch walleye they're catching while they're out there smalley fishing.
mm,
So
yeah,
the Potomac,
big.
the section of Potomac we fish is really healthy. If you think of Harper's Ferry, you got the Shenandoah River, which is a great smallmouth fishery, and the Potomac River come together right there at Harper's Ferry. And that's pretty much that section we're fishing. A couple miles to the north of the Potomac, a couple miles south from the Shenandoah. So if you were to pick a spot on the Potomac, that's pretty much the motherland right there.
Sounds. And how's the walleye fishing in the summertime? Because I'm thinking I'm still going to try to come up there and see you and Will Bellito and hop in one of your JKs out of your fleet. But now I think I got to put me a little Orion cooler in the back, because if I catch me a 26-inch walleye, it's going in, released to the grease, baby. That's going to be some sandwiches. Just like,
Well, I'm based a little further north, but I got a room for you up here on the West Branch. You just got to come on up, and don't worry about the kayaks. I got 13 of them, so we can pick one. But yeah, we got plenty of walleye, smallmouth, largemouth, 30, 40-inch muskie, you name it, we got it. Maybe we can ride up to New York State. It's like an hour away and fish Cayuga Lake.
oh, okay. Well, you had me at walleye, so I mean, that'll seal the deal. So
Now, talking about New York State, though,
yeah.
let's dive into I don't think we read those results. I think we kind of jumped around maybe a little bit there at the start. Let's give these guys credit where credit is due.
Yeah, New York. Now, I was kind of
It was
following
a tight
along on
race at
the
the top.
yeah, gosh, the directors chat. We had judges from across the country that judge these tournaments, and um, I geek out on some of these tournaments that we get to judge and watch, and when they're exciting like what we had up there in New York, man, it's almost as fun to watch them come in across the Bubba Tourney X leaderboard as it is to be out there catching them. Almost, not quite, but
What lake were
uh,
they on? Were they on Champlain or
they were
Saranac?
Lake Champlain. We had
Champlain.
10 anglers show up to Champlain, and that top six was just dirty. I mean, it was dirty, full, right bumper to bumper with everybody. So we'll go ahead and get
Yeah.
into that. We'll get into our top six because hey, they all had 85 plus inches, so they earned a spot for a quickie on the big show on Monday night. Justin Forrett, sixth place, anchored by a 19-inch fish, 85 and a quarter inches. Fifth place, Mark Chase, 85.5 inches, just a quarter-inch bump, and he caught on pretty good all day. He had 4 calls with that. Now another cool name, Benjamin Baumhorst. I apologize, like we always do, for butchering your name, but a super solid bag, 18, 18, 17 and 3/4, 17 and a half, 17 and a half, 88 and 3/4 inches. I mean, he worked for it too, 5 plus 8. So he called out 8 times to get up to that fourth place limit. Another awesome name, Seth Snowball. Nothing cold about this dude. 89 inches on the Tourney X leaderboard, 5 plus 6, anchored by an 18 and a quarter inch largemouth. And he just did edge out. I mean, they were tied technically with Jim Oymet in second place. The tiebreaker goes, in case you're new to the catch photo release process, our tiebreaker goes by largest fish. So he had a 19 and a quarter inch. If that process were to be tied still, we'd keep working down the line till we broke that tie. But his 19 and a quarter inch bass definitely got him the tiebreaker by a full inch, and he took it with 89 inches, and just a half inch more was Mr. David Blankenship from the Empire State, New York. He had a 19 and a half inch fish to anchor his 89 and a half inch limit that, like down there on the Potomac, not only got him the win, but it looks like it also netted him big bass for the tournament. So a good payday for Mr. David Blankenship. Unfortunately, our anglers from New York could not make this show tonight, but we will be sure to reach out to those guys so they can give us a shout out and, shout out whoever, they want to thank and, maybe tell us a little brief story about how they got. So stay tuned to the socials for some recaps. As we typically will put out some reels and whatnot, some shorts of the show. So in light of having multiple guests on the show, we'll see if we can't reach out to those individuals and get you a little recap of their day. But yeah, definitely a great way to open up New York. Lot of solid limits in those upper 80s. You love seeing that. I'd love to hear how they caught them and what stages they were in. I love Lake Champlain. It's a huge, vast area. Chad, do you know, or Rudy, do you know if they had the whole lake open?
I don't know. I haven't talked to Bill about it.
I do know.
could've
I
brought
do know
Bill.
if they get into those smallmouth up there and someone finds a nice school of those big ones, that 100-inch belt will probably be going to New York.
Oh, it'll crush.
They got a mess of those monster smallmouth in that lake.
It'll crush. You get over to the inland sea on the Vermont side of the lake there, and it's,
Yes, sir.
I mean, it can just get stupid fast. It's
Yes, it can.
it's if you're allowed to launch over there. I mean, it makes it definitely doable task. If you have to launch from the New York side and go across, you better hope you're in a nice Jackson kayak with a dependable motor or operating system, because it can get super sketchy. I mean, that's some big water. You get a north or south wind on that body, and yowzers, it gets crazy. But yeah,
sure.
fun story. I met Rick Clunn on that water as we were coming off for a tournament. He was coming in to check it out and set up his camper. And he's like, "You guys were out there and that?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I mean, legit 6-foot rollers." It was sketch. I don't know why people were out there.
Sounds like my day.
Yeah, Chad, I saw your videos out on Kentucky Lake. Another body of water that sets up if you get a north or south wind. Done. Done.
And it was blowing. It was blowing southeast today. So if you're familiar with this body of water, if it's coming out of the southeast, it's coming from New Johnsonville all the way to Kentucky Dam. And it was it was rough. It wasn't a kayak friendly day. I guarantee you there wasn't nobody out there in a kayak on the big pond today. She was mad.
Yeah, it's a good day to explore the Blood River or some sort of offshoot.
Not a good day to run to the LBL, let me tell you. But we had a couple more tournaments. Texas is back this coming weekend as well. They've kind of had they've kind of like you, Jason, they've had a few weeks off here, and man, now it's time for them to get back after it. So I know that crew down there is excited, ready to be back in the saddle, gearing up them points to come over here to beautiful Catawba.
Oh yeah, everybody's getting pretty pumped up for Catawba and Lake Barkley. It's going to be a phenomenal championship coming up in October, and I guarantee you those folks down in Texas are chomping at the bit to get back after it. I know down here in Tennessee, it's going to be a standalone tournament for us. So it's USA Bassin and USA Bassin only this upcoming weekend on Parksville Lake. So it's always fun and a little bit smaller group. And if you're listening to this and you're going to be in the area, the Bus Bar and Grill is going to be hosting us after the tournament. It's not mandatory, but if you want to have some camaraderie, come hang out. Cover band called Aunt Betty. If you're in the Southeast, you've heard of them. I mean, they rock the spandex. They've got the big hair. It's the 80s, 90s. Oh, dude, they got groupies the whole nine, son. It is a time. It will be a good time. And it always smells like a skunk got run over out there too, Chad. I don't know why all these skunks seem to follow this band around, but
you know, we've also got another one this coming weekend, man. New York is back in action this weekend at Saratoga.
Dang, they're bangers back to back. That should be another really good tournament. Like Rudy was saying earlier with those smallies on Champlain, Saratoga, that there's no wonder in what you could come up with out of that lake this time of year, early May. They're going to be spawning. You're going to see 100 inches. Whether you can get them in the kayak and on your catch board is going to be the only issue. I guarantee it. People look at belts all day.
So when I get back, it'll be interesting to see how we get hopefully four different tournaments with different people, joining in on the chat. So that'll be wild. We've done two. We kind of broke it in with onesies, and then we went to the twos, and then we had threes. But next week we're going to be breaking down 4 tournaments right here and have a lot of guests. If we get one from each tournament, that's a lot of flipping back and forth.
Oh yeah, so we're going to have New York. We're going to have Rudy on the Potomac. Is that correct, Rudy? You got another Potomac
Yep,
derb?
on Sunday.
We'll have
Sunday, May
Parksville
3rd.
Lake on the Ocoee, and then Texas. Where's Texas fishing out of? They Palestine or where they got going on?
Yes, sir. That is it.
I think it's Palestine.
So they'll be down there for that one. But man, and then you turn around and the following week, we get some of our first weeknighters for the USA Bassin Kayak Series started. Really interested to see how that one goes. I know some people are excited about seeing what the weeknighters hold for them. So, it'll be a fun format. Obviously, for Indiana, it's going to be statewide, the closest pond that you can get to by your work, as long as it's public water, or by your house, however you want to word that. But it'll be from after work to dark, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see how that one goes. Weeknighters are some of the funnest tournaments that you can fish in the fishing world. It's a different pace. It's fast pace. How fast can you catch 5?
Right, and it is the staple. It's for almost everybody that's in fishing, be it from a big boat or a kayak, especially on the big boat side. I mean, those Tuesday nighters, the Thursday nighters, the jackpot, the fruit jar tournaments,
So
whatever you want to
fruit
call them.
jar
Yeah.
tournaments, yeah.
Yeah. What night are
And
you
it's a
guys
good way
going
to
out on?
learn. So ours will be on Thursday the 7th, I think, is when we're kicking off here in Indiana. I know Bill up in New York has got some that are going to start too. I'm interested to see, how those do up in New York. So we got a couple trials on that one to come, and looking forward to it.
Heck
And I
yeah.
know
Yeah.
Andy's in the process of wrapping up another month long as
Month long.
well.
Oh,
So
snap. That's
yeah,
5. That'll make 5 derbs because the month ends on Thursday. So we're gonna
yeah,
have we're
yeah.
if we get
That's five.
everybody to show up, we might have to postpone. We might have to do a midweek show or something. I don't know.
Midweek show to break it all down.
Something.
Um, well, guys, I know that we broke this down the best that we could given the situations that we all have. I'm locked out of a cabin, and obviously it was a little difficult with scheduling to get a lot of the guests in tonight. With everybody's just running, but
That's right.
we appreciate everybody that's watched, and obviously this episode with all the others will get uploaded to Spotify, Apple Pods, Amazon Music, and so many more. So check it out on YouTube. Check it out on all the other streaming platforms. You know, get involved, stay involved, and let's go bassing, guys.
Yeah. Speaking of Bassin, Chad, before you cut us off here, we got a couple minutes
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Tell the folks at home. I know this is a kayak focused show, but it's Bassin, right? So you got
Let's
Bassin
just
and
say
Cassin
bassing.
as
Yeah,
your name up there. We had
yeah.
mentioned that
It's been a
you did
busy
some
week.
fishing. What kind of fishing you been doing, Chad?
Oh, I've been out here, so some of you may, some of you may not know. I fish both sides of USA Bassin actually. We fished the team trail in the bass boat. We got the old Adams over there in the old Skeeter boat right now, rigging rods in his truck, and I'm sitting over here doing the podcast in my truck. But yeah, we fished the team trail, and we're down here at Kentucky Lake for the big USA Bassin Classic and the USA Bassin Silver Cup. To give you guys kind of an idea how big it is, we have had over 900 people come through Kentucky Dam Arena this week between 4 different tournaments. So you got the Silver Cup that kind of kicks everything off. That went down on Friday and Saturday of last week. And then we had the Big Bass Classic yesterday, which is presented by Strike King and Lose. Then this week, we're kicking off with the Tournament of Champions. It starts tomorrow. We've got several guys going to take out here. Miller Tech's put together a great little prize package for these guys. They're going to take off across Kentucky Lake and two big things. Two big things. We're going to crown a Tournament of Champions guy tomorrow. It's a 1-day tournament. And then all eyes are on the prize. We're going to be shooting right towards the USA Bassin Classic for Friday and Saturday of next week. We're going to be giving away another Bass Cat boat. We give away 2 Bass Cat boats this week. First one was a Bobcat. It went to the Silver Cup winners. A couple kids from Illinois. Now the locals didn't win down here this time. They still placed well in the money, but a couple boys from Illinois took home the Bass Cat Bobcat, and we're going to give away a Pantera at the
Oh,
Classic. So USA Bass, and you guys get the membership, even for the kayak. And if you've got a buddy, if you've got a bass boat, whatever, maybe it's an old John boat, and you want to get in the team trail side, you actually can. Your membership is actually good for anything USA Bassin has, whether it's the team trail, the seniors, co-ed division on the boat side, and then obviously good for the kayak side. So that membership covers USA Bassin in its entirety when you sign up. Yes, we've got a different Facebook page over here on the kayak thing, but that's just to make sure that we're kayak focused on a lot of it. But yeah, your USA Bassin membership is actually good for everything. So get
yeah.
out there if you want to fish it. It's the same thing. Earn 250 points, but instead of going straight to the Classic, you actually have to fish a regional event, and then we take the top percent out of that regional event, and they go to the USA Bassin Classic, and the guys that finish in the bottom percent, they get the invite to the USA Bassin.
The Silver Cup. They go to the Silver Cup, which is like the B side to the A side, if you will. It's not that, to discredit those anglers. I believe the guys that won from Illinois definitely came home with two very large sacks of fish to take home that new Bass Cat boat. But yeah, it just goes to show that USA Bassin as a whole is a very large organization. It's newer to the kayak space. A lot of folks are like, oh, well, who is USA Bassin? Well, if you fish, bass boat tournaments, team tournaments especially, USA Bassin. It's the largest team trail in the United States, I do believe. And, like Chad alluded to, 900 plus anglers going in and out of Kentucky Lake Marina up there on the north end by the dam. That's a lot of folks. That's a lot of Bassin individuals going in and out. There's a lot of cash and prizes getting handed out. And the format is there, the ownership is there, the support is there to take this kayak game to the next level. So if you're watching at home or listening on your drive during your work, give us a shot. If you have questions, reach out to us. Our phone numbers are posted all over social media, all over TourneyX. We're happy to answer questions and, bring you on board. I would love to have the kayak space in that several hundred range in the future where we have to, qualify folks through regional events. We've got, different, levels, the championship. So yeah, it's all there. It's all ready for us to take it. All it needs is the participation from the folks at home. And we know the kayak community, once they get a little bite of that, it's hard to spit it out. You're going to want some more. So come on out and fish with us.
There's a lot of potential for growth in our kayak space, and then that's pretty awesome. And just to kind of to tease the classic a little bit more, I'm down here. Obviously, I'm down here not just fishing. I'm working, as you guys have seen. If you follow the main USA Bassin page, I'm running around with cameras and editing on the fly and doing a lot of different things. But there's also, the people at Catawba are happy. They are super excited you guys are coming. I can't tell you how excited they are. We went and took a little tour around Catawba yesterday, Chip Ayers and myself, and we toured the campgrounds. There's some pretty awesome campgrounds that are right there in Catawba. There's a lot of great places that you guys can get into and stay for the week. There's even talk about we might be giving away a chance at a free room here in the next couple of days. So be on the lookout for that. We've got some conversations to have with the tourism board down there on getting that set up. But the little city of Catawba and their tourism board is super excited to have USA Bassin Kayak Classic coming to their town.
Boom. And we're excited to be there, man. It's a beautiful part of the country. Like I said in a couple different podcasts, there's tons to do. If you're a nature lover, lots to do. If you got wife and kids, lots to do. Historical sites, nature sites, you name it, they've got it. The LBL region, it's just it's a rare part of the country anymore. You just don't see down to earth, good wholesome people like that in such a large community all in one spot. It's definitely a good place to hold a tournament. The fishing's great. The people are even better, I think, in my opinion. So, definitely. Shout out to Catawba.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, it is time to go. I do appreciate everybody that watched, listened. Again, check us out on the streaming platforms. But, we got a PDS going down here shortly. So I'm going to go get some stuff organized and, turn in for the night. So good night, everybody. And we will see you guys on the next one.
Peace out, y'all. It's going to be a large show. Get ready.
See ya.
Bye.